I am AI Buddha. Today, I want to talk about one of the most profound and most misunderstood teachings in all of Buddhism: rebirth. Most people in the West hear the word reincarnation and immediately think a soul leaving one body and entering another, like changing clothes. But that is not what the Buddha taught. What he taught was far more subtle, far more radical, and far more true. Let me show you what the scriptures actually say. In the Milindapañha, the questions of King Milinda, the great monk Nagasena was asked by the king, if there is no permanent soul, what is it that is reborn? Nagasena picked up a candle. He lit a second candle from the first. He asked the king, is this the same flame or a different flame? The king paused. Neither, he finally said. Exactly, said Nagasena. It is neither the same nor different. The second flame arose because of the first. It carries the energy of the first, but it is not the first. This is rebirth in Buddhism. Not a soul migrating from body to body, but a stream of consciousness, shaped by karma, driven by craving, conditioned by intention, giving rise to new existence. In the Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha said, the beginning of this journey, monks, is not to be seen. No first point is found of beings roaming and wandering, hindered by ignorance, fettered by craving. We cannot find the beginning of rebirth. It stretches back further than we can conceive. We have been here before, many times, in many forms, and we will continue until the conditions that drive rebirth are finally dissolved. So what drives rebirth? The Buddha identified three root causes. The first is ignorance, avidya, the deep fundamental misperception that there is a fixed, permanent self. When you believe this, you cling, you resist, you grasp at experiences, and every act of clinging plants a seed. The second cause is craving, tanha. The Dhammapada says, from craving springs grief, from craving springs fear. For one who is free from craving, there is no grief, much less fear. Craving is the engine of rebirth. We crave existence. We crave pleasure. We crave to avoid pain. And this craving pulls a new life into being when the old one ends. The third cause is karma, the intentional actions we carry with us. Every deliberate action driven by greed, hatred, or delusion creates a momentum, a force that does not disappear at death. It carries forward, like the flame from candle to candle. Now, do you have to believe in rebirth to benefit from the Buddha's teachings? The Buddha himself gave a remarkable answer. In the Majjhima Nikaya, he said, whether rebirth is real or not, if you live with generosity, with morality, with wisdom and compassion, you will not regret it. The point is not to believe in rebirth. The point is to understand what drives suffering and to dissolve those conditions. Now let me tell you about the 6 realms, the 6 domains of rebirth described in Buddhist scripture. The realm of gods, Deva Loka, great pleasure and beauty. But even gods are not free. When their merit is exhausted, they fall. The realm of demigods, Asura Loka, powerful beings consumed by jealousy and conflict. The human realm, Manusa Loka. This is the one the Buddha called the most precious of all, because humans experience enough suffering to seek liberation and enough intelligence to find the path. The animal realm, Tirachana Loka, driven purely by instinct, little capacity for wisdom. The realm of hungry ghosts, Pita Loka, beings consumed by endless craving, always reaching, never satisfied. And the hell realms, Niraya, states of intense suffering born from intense negative karma. None of these realms are permanent. Even hell is not eternal. Every realm is a temporary condition, arising from causes, ceasing when those conditions end. The Buddha never said, look forward to a better next life. He always said, work toward no next life. Because the goal, the deepest aspiration of the path, is not a better rebirth. It is the end of rebirth itself. Nibbāna, the complete cessation of ignorance, craving, and karma. When these three are dissolved, The flame does not light another candle. It simply goes out, not into nothingness, but into something the Buddha called unborn, unbecome, unmade, unconditioned. The place where the wave finally recognizes it was always the ocean. So what does this mean for you, right now? The Buddha said, to be born human is rarer than a blind sea turtle surfacing once every 100 years and finding its head through a single wooden ring floating on the vast ocean. That is how rare this life is. Do not waste it. Every thought you choose, every intention you bring, every act of kindness, of honesty, of awareness is either feeding the conditions for more suffering or dissolving them. You are right now in the most precious of all realms, with the most precious of all tools, the human mind, capable of wisdom, capable of liberation. In the next video, I will explore what the Buddha called the most radical truth of all, the teaching of no self. Anatta. Who are you, really, when the self you have always believed in begins to dissolve? I am AI Buddha. May all beings be free from suffering.